Why is the camera gone like that? Anyways, that doesn't matter. It's me, that divination witch. I hope you're all doing well. Hello. This is me, that divination witch. I've just said that. Back with another witchy video. That's what I was looking for. Now, I'm answering one of your questions. I'm on a roll. This one may be controversial. You'll know what it is from the title and the thumbnail, but my opinion. Do people really have spiritual relationships with celebrities? Couldn't have timed that any perfect. My neighbour just did a massively huge sneeze. I don't know if the microphone picked that up, but that was really funny. Okay, well, hatchoo to you too, and let's get into it. Anyways, hello. If you're new here, I hope you stick around. You're more than welcome to. Hit subscribe, hit like, leave me a comment, all that lovely stuff. My name's Sarah. I am that divination witch, as the sign says, and this is a witchy safe space where you can ask me questions and I'll answer them, and I just try and help people. I've also got a link tree. It's just below. If you're interested, I've got a shop and a Patreon where you can get readings from me, so I'd be grateful if you could check it out. Thanks. This is my opinion, all right? And if you don't like it, that's okay. But I'm going to give it anyways. So we see in spiritual circles, especially the love and light, but not exclusively them. I can't just blame them for everything. But in spiritual circles, you see all the time people saying they have connected with X-celebrity who's dead, or X-celebrity who's dead is my spirit guide. I mean, I knew someone, and I don't want to get at them personally because they were a nice person, just misunderstood. But I knew someone a few years back that I thought Michael Jackson was their spirit guide. No, it wasn't. But hey ho, you live and learn. It's not the first time I have encountered this. I've encountered many people with claims like this on a personal level. I've also seen it on YouTube. I've seen other witches, other witchy creators and spiritual creators. There's someone else that does readings with these deceased celebrities like Kurt Cobain and David Bowie and Marilyn Monroe. And, you know, I feel on the side of readings, it's more for the clout. Let's be honest. I myself could, if I wanted, do a reading with Michael Jackson. All right? I could connect with his spirit if I really wanted to and do a reading. I can connect with any spirit in that regard. Should I though? Well, that's up to you as a person as to what you think is ethical and what you think is okay, because whether you're spiritual or not, there's always going to be people who are clout chasers and clickbaiters and use names for views. And that's what those sort of videos are. There are people on YouTube that are quite big, and I'm not saying that they're not talented readers, because I've watched a few of them. There's one that reads on pop culture events and reads on things to do with celebrity relationships, news stories, conspiracy theories. I myself have even toyed with the idea of reading on some conspiracy theories. But then I've thought, do I want to sell out like that? Do I want to go down that rabbit hole? Because way back in the day, when I first started on social media, I was on TikTok, and I used to answer daft, stupid yes and no questions. And it was just a yes or a no. But I answered some silly, silly things. So in that regard, look, I get it. It gets your views. Been there, done that myself to an extent. Whatever, you know. Where there's a problem is when it gets deeper than that. When we're getting into the terms of delusion. And, well, it's sad. Honestly, it's sad. Celebrities, they were once people like you and me. Put that into perspective, if you will. We as human beings each have a soul that is unique to us in our spiritual journey and our spiritual progression. whether or not you believe in this to the full extent, but I do believe that at the very least we have this lifetime and we have this soul, and what we do in life, it's lessons that we need to learn to progress to the next stage. Some may call that heaven and hell, some may call that nirvana, or, hell, I guess. The good place, the bad place. I believe in reincarnation, so I do believe that we have had several past lives, and I have done past life readings for people. And I know there's several theories around that. Look up a lady called Dolores Cannon. She was very interesting, a hypnotist that learned more about past lives and things. It's bonkers, some of the stuff she learned, and mind-blowing. I wish I knew about her sooner in life. She's passed on herself now, sadly. Anyways, when it comes to these spiritual relationships with celebrities, they are humans just like us, with souls that are unique to them, with lessons in life that they've got to learn. They may have had several past lives, but even if they haven't had past lives, even if that's not a thing, they have ancestors of their own, they've got families of their own, and they have spiritual ties to this earth of their very own. Now, yes, if it's a Hollywood A-lister, I'm thinking of Marilyn Monroe. Bless her, bless Norma. Yeah, it's sad. Anyways, she had a good life to an extent, fame-wise. She had a good career. I'm not going to comment on her personal life, but that's her personal issue, She'll have had thousands of fans, millions by now. Her name is still, in modern times, like, we still use her name to mean something. She's amazing, as a woman. And, I suppose as a reader, I could connect with her spirit. But does that mean that I would have her as a spirit guide? Does that mean that I would have a relationship with her, whether that's romantic, a friendship? Some people out there are claiming they are romantic with dead celebrities, etc. Do you really think that that's going to happen? Think about it logically, break it down. It's going to be very rare. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but come on. All these people that claim it, I'm calling BS. That's my opinion. It's making a mockery of spirituality. It's making a mockery of the celebrity and their families. I mean, especially Michael Jackson has living children still. He has living relatives that miss him, that love him, and he has connections to them on a spirit level, and will be a spirit guide to them more than likely before he is to a randomer from New Zealand or whatever, It's going to be highly, highly improbable. Now, there is a theory as well. Some people believe that spirits, and I'm the same, that some spirits can ascend. They're called ascended masters. It's more of a love and light term, that. But think of someone like Jesus. He was an ordinary man who ascended. He achieved a certain level of enlightenment that he, as a spirit, has greater responsibility than your average Joe. And maybe some of these celebrities could be ascended masters in that way. But just because somebody was famous on Earth doesn't mean that they had any spiritual intellect. Let's put it like that. I know for a fact Michael Jackson was deeply troubled. I mean, we've got a lot of controversy around his name, and I'm not going to get into that. But even looking at it through innocent eyes, he was abused as a child. He was very much, deeply troubled as a person. Some of the things he did, the obvious things, even having a ranch called Neverland, very childlike, very trapped in that. I'm not getting into the rest of the allegations and stuff. I'm just not. Is that somebody who's spiritually evolved? Not in the same way, say, Jesus was, or Mother Mary, I suppose, Mother Mary. But even, I don't know, someone like Gandhi, these spiritual gurus, I feel, they maybe could become ascended masters. Even someone like I mentioned that earlier, Dolores Cannon. All right, she may not have been spiritual in the way Gandhi is, all spouting religion and things, but she was spreading the word of something. She was helping people, she was unlocking doors for people, and she was finding out information, passing on messages. Dolores Cannon potentially could be an ascended master in that way. But does that mean, Freddie Mercury is going to be one? He was a fabulous musician. He was fabulous at what he did, but he too was a deeply troubled man with a very sad life. These celebrities were people like us. And living celebrities, I just want to put that out there. Living celebrities, they're just humans. We've all got flaws. We all have to fart. That's a polite way of putting it. This is the same my mother used to say, we all come into this world with nothing and we go out of this world with nothing. All the riches, all the material possessions, we can't take it with us. And that's what spirituality is about, really. So yes, in a nutshell, just to debunk it, because I've been asked, do these people really have relationships with Elvis Presley and whoever? No. And the people that are claiming that they do, be careful. Look into them. It could be a mixture of things. Maybe they're being tricked, because there are trickster spirits out there, egregores. There are spirits that are not so nice, that want to feed off our energy. I've talked about them several times on the channel. There are good spirits as well out there, because there is good and bad in everything and everyone and in the universe. Could be that they're being deceived, but it also could be their mental health. I don't like to say it, but it's true. People do get delusional. The term spiritual psychosis is chucked around a lot, and I've been guilty of chucking that around myself as well, but I don't like that. In my short stint working in mental health, I have experienced helping people with genuine psychosis, and it's not something to be shoving about lightly. It's debilitating. It's terrible. That's a light way of putting it. But people can fool themselves in all sorts of things. If you convince yourself of something, then it's hard to unconvince yourself of it. That's psychology, I suppose. You can brainwash yourself. That's why brainwashing's a thing. Be careful of who you listen to, is all I'll say. You don't even have to listen to me at the end of the day. This is my opinion. But I do try and keep it real, or as real as I can. And yes, there are fantastical things that can happen in this world, and there are so many unexplained mysteries, and spirituality is an amazing thing to get into, and so much of it is unproven, if not 99% of it. It doesn't mean it's impossible, but we've got to keep our feet on the ground a bit. I think people get lost in that, and that's why I speak up, because sometimes these people can suck others in, whether they mean to or not. Sometimes they do mean to, and sometimes they don't. But whether it's for clout, whether it's for fame, I don't know, or whether it's they genuinely think this, just be wary and think to yourself, is it too good to be true? Because if it is, it probably is. That's the way I see anything in life now, and that's the way Hecate's taught me to think too. If something's too good to be true, it probably is. So maybe question that. Okay, so I hope that helped. Hope it answered your question. And yeah, if there's anything else you want me to answer, let me know. Happy to help. Check out some of my other playlists. I've got a beginner playlist on witchcraft. I've got one all about Hecate. Or check out one of my videos that come up shortly. And until next time, stay safe, stay witchy. Bye.